everyone, welcome to my channel, Themissingpiece. I'm Summer, and today I'm going to be talking about something that has frequently just made my life difficult. Being an internal thinker. Okay, that might not sound like a problem, but you clearly are not an internal thinker if you don't think this is a problem. It gets so obnoxious. So an internal thinker, I don't have a dictionary definition, but basically instead of voicing every one of your thoughts like a normal person would and just telling people how you feel, you have to sit there and contemplate and think about what you're gonna say, how you're gonna say it, and the exact steps you need to get there to say this thing. It's ridiculous. It takes so much longer. You overthink things. I seriously overthink everything so much, it becomes a problem. And really, it's not that big of a deal. But there are times when it's kind of obnoxious for me. And so I'm just going to talk about sometimes that this has happened to me. Coincidentally, two of my stories happened at the young adults groups I go to. So I go to one on Monday and one on Wednesdays. And so the one on Monday night, one of my brothers teaches, and which is fine, it's cool, but he'll ask us questions, and I'll just be like, yeah, I can see, I think it means this. And I'm reading the Bible verse and going over things, and I'm just really internalizing it, and it'll be like, okay, I think I got the wording for it, finally, as everyone else has been talking about it already, and I'm still trying to collect all my thoughts, and I'm about to say something, oh no, we changed the topic. Dang it! Missed my opportunity again. Literally every time I totally miss my opportunity. I have it all finally ready in my mind what I'm gonna say, and I think it's super profound and really well thought out, and I'm just ready, and then we changed the topic and I lost it forever. So my Wednesday night group, it's my pastor and his family are part of the group because he teaches it, and so his wife is there, and she's an internal thinker too. And so we're really quiet, and the other people are just and they're talking all the time, and we're just sitting there But we don't really get the chance to say anything because they keep talking, which is fine. It's whatever. I learn stuff, and it's whatever. But it's really funny. So our pastor, the leader, he'll try and engage the internal thinkers, the quiet, introverts. And so he'll be like, oh, what do you think, Summer? Or talk to his wife. Well, what is your opinion on this subject? Whatever. And so there was a couple weeks ago, I don't know what she said because I think I was still internally processing what we were reading as well. And so the pastor's wife, she said something, and she must have said it in a way. So this is my example of what she said. She must have been oh, well, I think, and just super Minnesotan, that cliche Minnesotan, oh yeah, sure, you betcha. That kind of accent, and just what she said. And her two daughters just lost it. Again, I don't even know what she said. I was not listening that well, or at the moment I was busy reading, and I couldn't do both at once. And they're just dying. And I was just no. And I think I even said too, just this little comment, I was like, this is why internal processors and introverts don't talk. This is why we don't say things, because when you do, and if you say it even a little bit wrong, which, other people do this too, but it's especially hard on introverts and internal processors. They just rip on you, and you're just this is why I don't talk to you. So along with internal processing, not just a group, this is any conversation I have to have with someone. If I have to talk to my boss about something, and it might not even be a big deal, it might be I need this day off, or something. It takes me days. I have to go over in my mind what I'm going to say. Then I overthink it and think about how she'll react to it. Will she do it? Is she going to be mad about it? Well, I did this thing a couple weeks ago, and I don't know if she's still mad about it. It wasn't really anything she should be mad about, but I still feel like she's a little salty about it. Then I have to worry about if she cares about that kind of stuff. And then I have to write it down. So if I'm emailing her, I have to write it down. I have to look at it. I have to ask everyone in the room for their opinion. I have to ask my supervisor, my site supervisor, can you just go over it and just read it? Does this sound okay? My boss is so chill. She really doesn't care, but I'm over processing, overthinking, and I'm just So that is kind of what it's like to be an internal processor and an overthinker and an introvert. 3 really bad points to have in one person. Life is made difficult when you're an overthinker and internal thinker. You can't, sometimes I have to externalize and like bounce my idea off of someone and like talk it through, and then I understand it. But I'll probably be like talking it through with someone, and then I have to take what they have told me and what I have said and my points that I've already gotten, and then put them in my brain and internalize them for another minute or two, and then I'll have something ready. My conversations don't get very far very fast, and I'm super awkward about it. One of my brothers does this too. He's gotten better at it, but like you'll be telling them a story, and I do the same thing. So people will tell me something, and socially I know it's appropriate to try to respond immediately and be like, yes, I'm engaged, yes, I'm listening to your conversation, I'm so ready, you know, and like really quickly be like, yes, I understand what you're talking about, and here's my response to this. But what we really want to do is take what you have told us, put it in our brain, and mull it over for a little bit. And then there's this awkward pause after they've told us this story, and you're just like, because the ceiling has all the answers, you know. Really think about what they said and how you're going to respond to that. And by that point, the person sitting next to you is like, did they hear what I said? Did they hear everything I just told? Well, I'm just going to move on then. Forget this. They weren't even listening. Now I'm upset. That is what happens. Or at least that's what I think happens. Oh gosh, now I'm overthinking things. One thing that makes it really difficult for me as an internal processor is jokes. I have so many great jokes up here. They are perfect and wonderful, terrible dad puns. I got it covered. I am so ready. Just my favorite thing. Yeah, but my brain to mouth, it doesn't work so well. I'll have an idea of a pun or something, a joke that I know fits perfectly with what they just told me a story about or something, and I'll be like, oh, like I can't process it fast enough to relate it to what they just said. So even if I did think of the right words, it would just sound like really belated, like just, The worst part about it is then I'll be like anxious, like I really want to tell them this joke, so I'll try to tell them, but then it will just come out as like, yeah, it's a great the thing with the hat, and dang it, and I just ruin it. Because then they'll tell me, be like, you mean this? And be like, yeah, that's the one, the funny, I ruined it, dang it. Like I totally ruined it, and like I try really hard and I really want to get the joke across, but I'm too slow and like I can't process it fast enough. So I'll like think about it and I'll totally miss it. And so my one brother is really quick. Well, they're all pretty quick at jokes, but he's just, he always beats me. And it'll literally be like, I am internalizing, I'm about to say the pun of the joke, and someone else will say it first, and I'll be like, dang it, you guys beat me again! Or I'll say it, like, with my friend, we'll say it at the exact same time, and I'll be like, I'll accept this, because at least I got it out as fast as you did. Like, I could say it as fast as you did. God. The other night at our young adults group, my brother who teaches, so he had this bandage around his wrist, and we're like, what happened? And he's like, well, I was grading an orange, and like he went too far and, you know, took his hand with him, and I just went, I know the perfect joke, blood orange. You made a blood orange or something, and I just was like, blood orange. And first of all, we're in a room full of people. I mean, not a lot of people, but we're in a room full of people, and he's like across the room from me. Nobody heard me except my other brother who was sitting right next to me, and he was like, dang it, I was gonna say that, and I was just like, I beat you, I was faster, yes! And he just goes, you didn't even set it up though, I had the whole setup, and everyone else is like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? And he was like, nobody even heard you. I was gonna set up the joke and you just said it, but no one even heard you. What's the point? And I was like, hey, I won. I said it first. That's all that matters. And I was so accomplished and it was so great. So then he, you know, because everyone was wondering, what are you talking about? Like, what? And he, like, set up the joke. He's like, you wanted a regular orange, but you got a blood orange. It was funny. It was really great. But I did it. I beat him. I said the joke first. I won. I take it as a personal win. So one other thing that's really difficult as an internal processor is dealing with emotions around other people. It's really bad. My coworker, she just the other day was her last day, and she's moving to a different state, so we weren't going to see her again, probably. I mean, I don't know. It's a small world. I don't know. But so she left, and I was really sad about it. I mean, like, she was the pillar in my work ethic life, or my work life. Like, if I had a problem, I pretty much went to her and was like, please help me. I don't know what to do. Plus, she was someone I'd finally gotten used to, and like, again, I'm an introverted person and an internal processor. I don't like to talk to people, and it's really hard to work up the courage to talk to people like a normal person. So it was really difficult that she was leaving, and I'd finally gotten used to her and everything, so I was really sad. And like, they came, like my boss and my other two coworkers who were really close, they came over with a cake, 2 cakes for her and everyone who was still there to kind of say goodbye, and they gave her a little gift, and they were like crying, and I was like, internally I'm crying. I couldn't cry on the outside, I just couldn't work up, I don't know what happened. It's really awkward, I can't do it. If you're watching this, I really was sad. It might not have looked that way because I don't show my emotions like that, because I internalize it, and I was just like screaming inside, but on the outside I was peachy. That's all I have for you today, you guys. If you like this video, click the like button. It really helps me out. If you want to watch more of my videos, subscribe. If you have a story about you being an internal processor, or a funny story about someone you know like that, or introvert people forcing themselves into the outside world, please let me know down in the comments. I would love to hear about it. If you have any prayer requests or anything like that too, you can leave that in the comments below. I also have an email if you're uncomfortable sharing in there, that is down in the description. So thanks so much for watching, you guys, and I will see you next time. Bye!